Hello, baby girls. How are you today? Hope you're doing well. I have a new book tonight, and it is called All My Stripes. And it's a story for children with autism, which autism is, I think I'll actually tell us about autism a little bit. You probably, you'll meet someone with autism someday if you haven't already. It says 1 in 68 children is diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. This means that just about everyone knows someone who is autistic. Children with autism often feel different from their peers and don't always understand why. All My Stripes is the story of Zane, a young zebra with autism, who fears that his differences make him stand out from other children. With careful guidance from his mother, Zane learns that autism is only one of many qualities that make him special. All My Stripes is an important story because it teaches us that sometimes all it takes is a good look in the mirror to remember that each of us is important and has unique gifts to offer the world. All My Stripes is an excellent teaching tool for us parents, me, your mom, educators, help you understand while their peers with autism may act differently, they may have plenty to offer. Children who read All My Stripes will learn to empathize with Zane and take important lessons from this story back to their classroom, making school a more welcoming place for everyone. So, you guys understand, because you have a brother with special needs, this is no different. It's just another thing that people have to cope with, and we need to be understanding. So, let's read the story. It's got really beautiful pictures, really good art. Zane ran home as fast as he could. "Nobody gets me, Mama." Mama hugged Zane. He began to tell her about his bad day. Let's figure out what's going on in Zane's life. What's making his day bad? This morning in art class, the teacher started a hoof painting project. I didn't want to get paint on my hooves, so the teacher gave me a paintbrush. All the other zebras noticed and were making fun of me because they didn't understand why I wouldn't use my hooves. Maybe you guys are even like that. Maybe there's a texture you don't like and you don't want to touch it. Well, Zane feels that way about paint. He doesn't want it on his hooves, so he uses a paintbrush. Mama said, "I bet that made you feel different from the rest of the group." Zane replied, "It did, but paint is just too weird to touch." During math class, the fire alarm blared loudly. While the children in my class were getting in line quietly, I hid under the desk screaming and covering my ears. The class left without me, and I was scared until the firefighters found me. People with autism can't always process all the sounds. They hear every little thing, so it's a lot to process all these loud sounds at once. So, as you can see, Zane hid under his desk. He didn't like it at all. When the class came back from their lunch, everyone was putting their lunch boxes in their cubbies. Some classmates were talking about a video game I play all the time, but I didn't know how to start talking to them. So it's a good opportunity just to maybe ask Zane, "Hey, do you play that game? Are you interested in that game?" I started talking about all the things I knew about the game, but since I was staring at the floor, no one knew I was talking to them. When the other kids walked away, I started talking louder. I really wanted them to hear me, but everybody was getting ready for science class. So Zane has a hard time making eye contact to make conversation. So instead, he'll say the things he wants to say, but he won't necessarily approach the person or look at the person he's trying to speak with. We sat down for science, and we're learning about the planets. Our teacher gave us each a planet to draw, but I wanted to create my own. When it came time to present, I felt different from the rest of the class again. My teacher loved my planet and said, "Whatever floats your boat." I spent the rest of the afternoon looking for a boat in the classroom. So Zane got fixated on the words that she chose to use and took it quite literally. And then got fixated on that word boat. Got distracted from it, or by it. Zane was crying. How come all anyone sees is my autism stripe? Mama carried Zane over to the mirror. When I look at you, I see many different stripes. Of one of them, if one of them were missing, you wouldn't be the same. I see your pilot stripe. When we get lost in the city, you always remember the way home. He's a good navigator. Everyone has their strengths, right? Your caring stripe makes you act kindly towards others. When your classmates think it's funny to bully other kids, you come to the rescue. So Zane's not scared to stick up for all the kids. He sees what they're important or what's important about them. Your honesty stripe lets me always trust your word when other parents have to worry that their kids aren't telling the truth. I know you always are. Zane takes things really literally. Everything is how it is, so he cannot lie. That's actually a really good trait. I wish no one could lie. Lying's pretty bad. My favorite stripe is your curiosity stripe. When all the other kids are falling asleep in class, you always want to know more. I love when you come home and tell me everything you learned. Sometimes you ask me questions and I don't even know the answers. So Zane wants to know everything about the topics that he learns about. Wants to know them really in depth. Mama pointed out the rest of Zane's amazing stripes. The more stripes she explained, the better Zane began to feel about himself. By the time she was finished, Zane loved himself again. Zane ran outside, feeling the warmth of the sun. Finally, he felt proud of all his stripes. He said, "There is more to me than just my autism stripe. It's just part of me. The other parts make the whole me. I love each stripe because without them, I wouldn't be me." That's true. We all have a lot of characteristics that make up our persona. So he is excited and happy to be himself. And in the back, there's more resources for the parents. I didn't read these prior to reading the story to you. Maybe you should have. There's a lot of good stuff back here. I bet your mom will actually really enjoy those pieces. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed All My Stripes. It's a really good book about Zane. I love you like crazy. I miss you so much. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to see you. It's gonna be not that many more days. We'll get there, right? Anyway, I'll read you another book maybe tomorrow. They got a bunch of books we already have. So I'm kind of waiting for them to get a new book that we don't have. I love you. Talk to you later. Bye.